Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we have got a 4 versus 4 on Necron Alley. Playing on Team 1 as the Eldar, we've got Pancho Ursan. We've got Abyss playing as the Imperial Guard. We've got MMD playing as the Space Marines. And we've got Fel Sands playing as the Dark Eldar. On Team 2, playing as the Chaos Space Marines, we have got Voider. We have got Omega Jealous playing as the Necrons. We've got Cookie also playing as the Necrons, and we've got Dopamine Bandit playing as the Orks. So plenty of green stuff going on down on the southern side. I mean, literally everyone has got some form of green represented in their colour scheme and roster and such. We are seeing the Chaos Space Marines. They've opened with the Nurgle Worship Thingy-Doodad upgrade, so going to be seeing some potential disease-themed things going on there. Necron's quite slow on the get-go, but as the game goes on and they start capturing their bits and bobs, especially with the slag deposits, they should be quite serious contenders. And obviously the Orks, just generally good all around as the game goes on, although maybe struggling with these 3 strategic points. Will need to definitely take control of the relics and the forward placements of the strategic points to remain economically relevant in this game. With Eldar, they've got, maneuvers, they've got the speed on their side. They can quite easily support the Imperial Guard next door, as well as use webway gates to help these guys over yonder. Dark Eldar, kind of a similar vibe over there. Imperial Guard will definitely enjoy this map, as you can see, Necron Alley is a whole bunch of corridors and such. So once you've committed down to like one of these little bits here, you can't go left or right until you go either forward or backwards. So definitely an advantage for the Imperial Guard there. Space Marines, well, they're just Space Marines, aren't they? I do quite like how MMD here, the Servitors can't really slap the Builder Scouts because they've got no attack capacities themselves. So they're just going to build up a heavy bottle turret themselves to scare these guys away, which is a pretty nice idea. Yeah, much like the Eldar, they'll be able to assist their allies later on with their deep striking capabilities and such. Heavy infantry as well, always good for holding on to positions and putting pressure on enemy front lines, though. Although that being said, with the Chaos Space Marines going for Nurgle, they will not be able to outlast those guys if the worship and such is done in the correct manner. Big Mech slapping around an Autark, although I think he's maybe overextending himself somewhat. Big Mech, while he might seem as a guy who's in there for punching people in the face, is not exactly his main thing. He's more of a supporting kind of guy. He's there to help the little ones, much like a big burly uncle in a very platonic kind of way. All Space Marines have captured, well, they've denied access to the central relic. Dark Eldar capturing and building Towers of Loathing on these 2 points. The Necrons will take a little while to break through those, unless, of course, they go for some attack Scarabs. And I do apologise, I'm getting these frame drops, even though not only have I updated things, but I've also updated the drivers as well. I'm not sure exactly why these frame drops are happening. I will figure it out eventually, but today is not my day. Imperial Guard General chasing around the Necron Lord as the Hellions strike down an obelisk, which will slow down the Necrons' advance, both in building up their army as well as taking up and such. Yeah, the maneuverability of Team 1 here, it does definitely far outweigh that of Team 2. Orks are now massing with a huge amount of Slugger Boys and Shooter Boys. Conscripts, known for their survivability due to their reinforcement rate, might not necessarily survive against an enemy who is just as numerous. But there we are. Imperial Guard General using his wristwatch to fire away at the Necron Lord. One squad of Tactical Marines running away as one dude is about to die, saving every penny that they can. No, I see. MMD saving that relic for the Dark Eldar to make use of. I wonder for why. Is that for the Hell Beast later on? Well, not Hell Beast, but the little ones. I'm talking about the big Chaos Dog. Can't quite remember what he's called at the moment. Archon on the field, and Archons are essentially, for all intents and purposes, Necron Lord Hunters. Absolute mean beasts. They've got these little stunning abilities that force him to, stay still for obvious reasons. It's a stun ability. They can't teleport away, which is the bread and butter for Necron Lord survivability. Autark down over here, though, he's lacking the health, as now he is the one who's bitten off more than he can chew, and I do believe that the Imperial conscripts have also been brown. Oh no, there's... Oh, you're not conscripts, you are a reconnaissance team. Fair enough. Well, the Autarch manages to get done in by the big mech. He has the last laugh at the end of the day. And more conscripts come over as the fire support lieutenant is chased away by the overwhelming firepower of the Orks. Down over on this side, we do have quite a large squad of Chaos Space Marines going up against the Witches. So that's actually quite a quick tech up, but he's done it. Lots of flawless lasagna on the floor for the moment. So that critical location was fought over. Quite something fierce. Space Marines looking like they were going to set up shop around here, but they've decided to cancel that heavy ball by the looks of things. Can't click on it, but it's saying that it is what it is, so I don't know. Oh, you're building another one. Right, okay, that must be some sort of glitch or error. The Space Marines setting up shop outside the Necron base. We do have some Rangers of all things, which I'm not sure if they're going to be that effective. Rangers do a lot of morale damage, but against... I mean, yeah, they do a fair bit of infantry damage as well, but against a large mob, not going to be exactly amazing. So yeah, Team 1 at the moment. The map control is on their side. Orks are being a bit brave by putting a boys' hut around the front lines here. I assume it's for reinforcement reasons. Maybe he's going to go for a whole mass of Tier 1 lightly armoured infantry and allow the Necrons to do the tech-in. Which, not a terrible idea. Does give your allies some space to, you know, do their thing. Although then that's heavily reliant on teamwork, which, you know, is quite hard to do in a game where there are 4 people. Here come the Witches. And just a singular squad of Chaos Space Marines holding the line. Combat stimulants, increasing their speed, also morale being broken by the Dark Eldar's global ability. So all that melee will force the Chaos to run away. We've now got the Hellhound, which is going to be a real problem for the Orks at the moment. They've got no anti-vehicle at the moment. I don't think... I mean, the Necrons have got... Oh, you're going to get a Ghost Arc, right? That will help you quite nicely. I've also gone for a second Necron Monolith. Both of them have gone for a second Necron Monolith, so that should help them pump out lots of stuff. Although I don't know necessarily... I mean, I suppose that it just lets them get more plasma generators, effectively doubling their economy, more or less. Yeah, didn't expect that this boys' hut was going to survive for very long. Field command now up on the front lines. Do have a force of Chaos now of Havoc Marines. Chaos Lord has gone down in a puddle of corrosive acid, but we've also got a Champion of Nurgle, AoE Peely thingy-madoodad that he's got on him. Similar to how the corruption around the Chaos buildings work. If I am not mistaken, I could be. Beautiful positioning of the Necron Lord. Looks like he's made that hole in the ground. He has not. I was already there, but gotta appreciate the aesthetics. And a mass of green coming around the sides as the Immortals are manoeuvred around by the Ghost Arc. Yeah, I think this team composition is going to be made or broken by how the Necrons play it. But obviously, I mean, there's 2 of them that are effectively 50% of the team. But, you know what I mean. The Orks have put a lot of effort into supporting them and such with the way that they've been going about things. Triple tanks now going to go... I mean, may as well. They've got no anti-vehicle, so why not? But actually, have you? No, you have. You've got tank busters now. This changes the field somewhat. I mean, out of 8 rockets, only 3 hit, but still quite scary for the driver. Ghost Arc making use of its side shooty bits when you pop some people inside of it. Allows them to shoot you. Which I think it's full of Immortals, I could be wrong. On the field command, no, actually that well defended. Where are the Tech Priest Engine Seers? suppose they might be inside the actual building itself. Loads of plasma being fired out. These poor tank busters, move them forward. They're just standing around. They're just looking the other way, admiring the view. There we go. Turn them around, get them involved. Here come the Immortals. That's a lot of Immortals. They do a damn fine job against buildings and vehicles alike. Big Mech being chased away. That's alright by him. Tank buster moving forward just to focus on the tank command tank. You'd think to yourself, oh, you need to focus on the field command, but actually, if you kill all the things supporting it, it's much easier to take on as you go forward. There we go. The power of green. I'll be slowly whittling that bad boy down. We've now got 2 Havoc squads, but Dark Eldar being a primarily melee, army essentially, of all their big bads and such, being held together by the Homunculus and the Archon, allows the witches to get a few stabs on in there. But then a third squad of Havocs moves on forward. Beautiful use of the corrosive acid pools. We'll get 2 in there. I'm not sure how that works. I think you've just got basically, you can use the abilities as many times as you want, so long as you have the souls required. Again, if I'm not mistaken. But Chaos, they've got the regen. They've also got the Chaos Icon Bearers in there for the regen, so it's very hard to burst those boys down. And plenty of firepower supporting them with these upgraded listening posts. Scourge is moving forward with Sectuple Dark Lances. Should kill listening posts quite quickly. With the flayed ones being teleported as well. That's going to be a bit of a problem for the witches, and there we go, having to run all the way back home. Over here we have got the March of the Wraith Lords by the looks of things. It's a conga line of lanky boys. The field commander over there is just about to fall down as well, but it seems though that the Big Mech was realising this now. If the Big Mech can teleport in and get a really juicy zap on there, it's like an AoE zap, so it'll knock out a fair few of those Wraith Lords. But oh dear, the War Banners, that's not what you want dead. It takes so long to upgrade these to provide you a decent amount of war resource. If you're not familiar, essentially War Banners are really cheap in the early stages of the game. Every time you build one, they get a little bit more expensive, to the point where then it's more cost effective to upgrade them. The upgrade is quite expensive and it takes ages. So this is just absolutely devastating to witness from the perspective of the greenskins. There's also 1 settlement down as well. Here's the tanks firing on in, but this is just so sad to witness. But I mean, mind you, the field command, it's still up. My goodness, they survived just by the hairs on their chinny chin chin. Oh my goodness, that is devastating. But that being said, there is a sizable force of Chaos and Necrons over on this side. The flayed ones over here, they're having a party by the looks of things. They've downloaded an additional Flare virus. They're going off on one. My goodness, my gracious. Well, the Orks have managed to survive with a boys' hut and the settlement. The Immortals coming over will take care of the Wraith Lords remarkably quickly. But that is a huge setback for these boys. Does give the Imperial Guard and Space Marines a little bit more time to further consolidate their holdings in the centre. They've spotted the Thermo Plasma Generator. That'll be a big thing for them to focus on. Heavy weapons teams with their las cannons should also be focusing on that as well. Wraith Lords are still knocking around. Takes a while to take those boys out. The push begins. MMD with a Vindicator to blast up this selection of heavy weapons teams. Well, the Vindicators aren't the biggest boys. They do tend to shirk away once they're under fire, and with all these autocannons, while not exclusively anti-vehicle, should certainly take them on. Flayed One's now zoning these witches out of the way. The Relic is in favour of the Space Marines at the moment. And we are seeing the Necrons now under siege. The Primaris Psyker using all this psychic nonsense to do a lot of damage to these amplification chambers. I mean, the small ones are 3,300 health. The the bigger ones actually aren't that much healthier neither, but plenty of damage being done all the same. Flanking Ork maneuvers force the heavy weapons teams back. Thermoplasma generator still under considerable fire, and a supporting couple of squads of scouts. Yeah, the Orks are being hard countered here, which is really unfortunate. Mortars teleporting back over onto this side. See if they can do anything about the Primaris Psyker as Voider brings forth ruin and retribution. The Incubus Coven's got no morale to break. And now the Terminator's been teleported in with the best weapon selection for the Terminators. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a killing blow necessarily. But it's at least forcing Team 1 to not necessarily put all their eggs in one basket on the front lines here. Now got the Death Strike Pariahs, the ranged orientated Pariah squad in Ultimate Apocalypse. Necrolords teleporting around. And we do have a fair few Orks still alive. They're rebuilding, reamassing. At this point, just throw as much Dakar as possible into the fight. Throw all tactics to the wind. As long as you're not dead, you're still contributing to your team. And that's the main thing. Necron's now making use of their teleporting sentry pylons. Really, really strong and difficult to take on, as they have that living metal armour going on there. The Marines have now been pushed back as the flayed ones are no longer there. Plenty of Chaos Icon Bearers to further bolster the health regen of these Havoc Marines. It does stack. I don't know whether there's a limit to the stacking, but that's what it do. The Chaos Sorcerer giving the Dark Eldar a taste of their own medicine by forcing the Incubus Coven to remain stationary for a little while. Now have a Seer Council coming over. And plenty of Annihilation Barges. And there we are. A mighty Siege Monolith. One of the toughest or scariest of the monoliths for the Necrons in Ultimate Apocalypse, but they are relatively cheap. That's the main thing. Well, Chaos have finally been beaten back. That's way too many Terminators for even the Worshippers of Nurgle to contend with. But quadruple Annihilation Barges aren't anything to tear your nose apart neither. Teleporting Monolith sorts these guys out down here. It can also fly, which I think is what it's doing now. Yes, there we go. Up in the air. And the Orks are now giving a second go at this field command. They've got plenty of tank busters. Penal Guard conscripts going out of the base. Probably they see the writing on the wall. No, it's not really a good place for them. Well, plenty of Tesla carbines on these immortals as well. Should help them be a bit more damagey to all types of units, I imagine. Well, that's the field command down, and from the brink of defeat, have the Orks. There we go, they've got their more Ork pop going on there. Just shows you how long it takes to research the damn stuff. But how the tides turn. The Chaos Space Marines looking really threatening for quite a while there, and now it's the opposite kind of scenario. 5 fully fledged, well, 4 fully fledged and 1 that's just, you know, building up at the moment, I imagine. That's an incredible amount of firepower to really deal with. And all the Terminators are going for... We're going to see a couple of squads going for assault cannons. Questionable choice, but there we are. And now it's just these guys holding the line as a mass of green runs on down. Focusing on the... Well, they're going to the Imperial Guard by the looks of things. Sentry pylons leapfrogging. Not sure what you're doing there. What even are you? Oh, you're You know, sorry. The blooming map obviously being called Necron Alley. There's lots of Necron architecture on there, so I was like, hang on a minute, you can't build that here. That's floating. The Necrons have built it. It was Falcon, I do believe, who made this map. Hope you're doing alright, Falcon, wherever you are, if you're watching this. The Terminator's just running roughshod. They've got the Apothecaries in there, they've got the high armour. Absolute menaces to society to really take on. So might need some Necron support. Got some Flame Ones teleported in. Over off in the distance. Got also some machine pits as well. The issue is that every single Terminator has also got some missiles on his back as well. This might be it for Chaos. Unless, of course, the Orks or the Necrons teleport back home and do something about it. But I don't know if they've really got much going on for them. I mean, plenty of Immortals. Oh well, yes, there we go. Necrons are activating the Necron Disco. Which acts as essentially just a production building that you can just spawn whenever you fancy. And here cometh the Deep Strike Pariahs. And maybe, just by a whisker, the Necrons might actually be able to save the Chaos Space Marines. I mean, they've lost the vast majority of their stuff at the moment. There's just so much firepower that they bring to the fore. But they'll stand as best they can. Back to the corner. And Pancho essentially his strategy is, I was going to chill out, wait till we build 1 million of one particular vehicle, and then send them off. And you know what? Not a bad idea. Fire Prism is able to swap between anti-infantry and anti-vehicle firepower, so why not? It's just get a bit of birth in that. Yeah, I thought for a second that the Terminators were on the out and out there, but it does not seem like it. There's only they've still got 4, 5 squads. A little bit reduced in number, but there we go. We're still hemmed in, relatively. I'm going to see some more sentry pylons as well. Now, I don't think that these guys have got much. Ah, no, you do. You've got quite a lot of anti-building weaponry there in the form of your missile launchers. Oh, an Avatar Kane. That's fun. The Orks are getting a bit of deja vu here. They're not fancying this. Activating a big wire. Just not an offensive wire, defensive wire, just to get these guys running back home. Need to build as many anti-stuff as they can, and looters are also coming out as well. Another settlement to be built up. Is it going to be enough though? I mean, I don't know. Pillars of the World's End allows Chaos to summon. Yeah, maybe. Maybe they've got it. They've got some Chaos Terminators now. So matching the Space Marines at their own game, but obviously they are massively outnumbered here. Might be an idea to pull them back and wait for the correct amount. Looters not really made that much of an impact, as even the Ghost Ark is about to go down a dark place. Yeah, the sentry pylons, while a decent enough choice when the enemy are lacking anti-building damage, they've got it now. Oh, I suppose you can repair them with your build scarabs, so maybe that was the idea. There we are! Plague Bearers! Chasing away the Terminators. You've got to love to see it. And they've activated their big smell ability, so friend or foe take damage when they're near them. That is something, but The Orks, real troopers here. It's not every day you see a player lose everything and then stick to the game, only to then lose it all over again. He's remaining calm, I assume, unless he's screaming in the voice chat. A couple of Leman Russes coming forward. And that is a lot of plasma generators for them to start discombobulating. And, oh, right, yeah, well, that'll do as well. Another conga line, but this time of Imperial conscripts. But maybe the big smell can save them. Who knows? I'm not sure if the big smell does any damage to buildings. We're now getting some serious Chaos Terminator stuff on the go. Very nice. But it's just... even if they've got the DPS, don't think even several sentry pylons can take on the sheer amount of conscripts. We do have a siege monolith, so AoE might be something. The conscripts aren't exactly going to be doing the damage, are they? They're going to be drawing the fire while the Leman Russes do the vast majority of the pain. Beautiful Homewell portal. Knocks everyone a bit back. That is some good stuff. Chaos continuing the push. Orks now been wiped out as a player been dropped. And the Eldar looks like they've just teleported some buildings over. May as well make use of the free real estate. Plenty of Leman Russes. The workhorse, the warhorse even, of the Imperial Guard, chipping away at the health of that siege monolith. But then the Eldar just continue their push. Absolutely devastating. Everyone holding off on their own, but to be fair, Chaos are also struggling with the Terminators towards the end there. Trueborn Warriors are now on the field as well. These guys just do so much damage. We're definitely watching these guys fall one by one as those plasma cannons come into range. And yeah, just not enough. Not enough from anyone. If the Orks maybe were able to defend themselves, but I think it was that flanking maneuver earlier on from all those Wraith Lords coming in, setting the Orks back so far. Because that push that the Orks and Necrons were doing together had the potentials for victory there. Same with the with Chaos and Necrons as well when they were going towards the Dark Eldar. There was definitely, you know, some potential game-changing pushes from the Southern team here, but no, just outmaneuvered. Outmaneuvered and out, how would one say it? Bulked, I guess, by the Terminators here. Yeah, no, can't really do anything about that. There we go, so that was a game, things happened, and I've summarised it up just then, so there we are. So cheers to Pancho-san for sending this game to me via the Discord. And if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you one game a week, and there's also a Discord where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. As been Mr. Lunchshark, pleasure's always never short. Now, see you in a bit. Peace.